After a full summer using the Ego 21-inch battery electric self-propelled lawnmower, what's the verdict? Is it a total disaster or something you should consider when you're making your next lawnmower purchase? In my reviews, I often talk about products being magic, and what I mean by that is, as a consumer or an end user of a product, whatever technology is baked into it should be somewhat transparent to me. I shouldn't notice all of the things that it does. It should just work the way I intuitively expect it to. So is that the case with the Ego mower? One of the first things you're going to notice, or perhaps not notice, about the Ego mower is that it's really quiet, especially compared to traditional gas mowers. Because of that, you're able to mow late at night or early in the morning. In fact, you can look at some of my videos and see that because of the headlights built into it, you actually can mow in the middle of the night. Now that leads me into my second pro that I've found for the mower, and the fact that I no longer smell like gas after I mow the lawn. Because of this, and the fact that I'm able to mow when it's cool early in the morning or late at night, means I don't have to change my clothes after I mow the lawn. It's just one less thing I have to worry about. Next up is never having to worry about fuel. Now, inevitably what would happen when I'd use my gas mower is I would get 3/4 of the way through mowing the lawn, I would run out of gas, I would go to fill up with my gas can, and my gas can's empty. So what does that mean? It means loading up the gas can in the car, taking a trip, filling it up, getting back, hopefully not spilling anything inside the car or on the floor mats so it smells like gas for weeks, filling the mower back up, and then getting started again. With this, you don't have to really think about that. I went with the 7.5 amp hour battery, which is the larger of the two. The other option is a 5 amp hour, and I have never run out of power while I've been mowing the lawn. The other great thing is this same battery pack can be used in their entire line of products, including their trimmer, their blower, their chainsaw, and even their battery pack that's able to be used when you're camping or out on the road trying to power 110 volt electronics. If you ever do run out of juice, don't worry, because the battery charger that comes with this is a quick charger, and in 10 or 15 minutes you can go from 0% charge all the way up to close to a full charge. Low maintenance. Now this is something people with electric cars understand, but it also applies to lawnmowers and other things. So because there's no oil, there's no gas, there's no spark plugs, there's no air filters, you don't have to worry about maintenance on any of those things. In fact, the only thing you have to worry about maintaining is the cutting blade. And just like any other lawnmower, there's plenty of options to sharpen those. So it's one less thing you're gonna have to think about when you have this type of mower. Because it doesn't have oil or gas, you can actually store it upright, just like this, in the corner of your garage. It takes up less floor space, and you don't have to worry about it leaking out oil or gas, flooding the engine, or getting it all over the garage floor. The final point I want to bring up is carbon footprint. And this is something that's near and dear to me. It may or may not be something you care about, but it's something I considered when I made this purchase. I had a perfectly good running gas lawnmower. In fact, I had two of them, which I got rid of when I chose to get this. And the reason was I drive down the highway every single day on the way to and from work. And here in Denver, there are often signs on the highway for high levels of ozone warning you not to exercise outside, not to mow your lawn until night, and not to refuel your car until after 6 p.m. That's not a world I want to live in. And things like lawnmowers are actually some of the most polluting items that we have in our household. A gas mower, since it doesn't have any emission standards, puts out about the same CO2 as 11 new cars. So for every gas mower we can take out of the household and replace with a battery electric, we're taking the equivalent of 11 cars worth of CO2 out of the atmosphere. And I personally think that that is something that we should vote with our wallets and help take part in. And speaking of voting with our wallets, that leads me to the biggest con I could think of when reviewing this mower, and that's the price. Because it's battery electric and lithium-ion batteries are still rather pricey, this does carry a premium over similar powered gas mowers. You're looking at paying an extra $100 to $200, and that may be a deal breaker for some people depending on your budget and what you're looking for. Now, in my last review, I had someone leave a comment saying, why don't you try this in the real world where people have 2-foot tall grass and 15 acres of lawn? Sorry, that's not my life. That's not the reality I live in. We live in the suburbs. We have a reasonably sized lawn, and it's pretty well manicured. So that's what I had to compare this to. That's what I spent my time with my gas mowers on, and so that's why I purchased this. It does a great job here. Now, I've watched other videos with high tall grass and weeds, and this seems to go through them no problem. Electric motors have a tremendous amount of torque, so I don't anticipate that being a problem. But if you live on 15 acres and you have tons of tall grass, I don't know. I don't know if this is the mower for you or not. Sorry. What's the conclusion then? This is a good product. It's not a disaster. This is something I recommend to my friends and family. It helps our earth with the carbon footprint, but it's also a great piece of technology. Again, it's kind of one of those magic products where it just works and it just does the things you expect it to do. It does a great job mowing the lawn. The technology doesn't get in the way of things, and it just does what you hope it would do. Now, Ego has an expanding line of products, and they're doing some really innovative things. And so I want to test some of those and see how they work as well. If you like this video and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, hit like. Let me know in the comments how you feel. If you've got one of these mowers, I would love to hear your experience about it. Thanks, guys.